Hi, I'm Candace Freer, the 4-H team leader for Cornell Cooperative Extension of Rensselaer County, and this tutorial is to teach you how to make a to-go tic-tac-toe board. The materials that you'll need for this project are the 2 pieces of felt found in your sewing kit, a craft thread, yarn needle, 20 magnets, pencil, pen or marker, a ruler, scissors, and super glue. To get started, we are going to choose one of the pieces of felt that you have in your kit. This happens to be the green piece of felt, and we're going to fold that piece of felt in half. And that will be to make it shorter, so we're folding it the horizontal way, straight across the middle. After you fold it in half, you're going to mark from the unfolded side 3.5 inches and then again at 5.5 inches. If your color pencil does not show up on the felt, you can grab a marker or a pen, whatever is going to show up on your felt. Then, using a straight stitch starting at the folded end, you want to stitch from the bottom to the top unfolded end at 3.5 inches and then again at the 5-inch mark, as you can see in the picture to the right. After we have our middle of our tic-tac-toe board stitched on that colored piece of felt folded in half, we're going to set that with the folded end at the bottom on top of our second piece of felt. In this case, it's the white felt that you see on the bottom. If you want, you can choose a different color craft thread at this time just to kind of show when you're done, it highlights the tic-tac-toe board in the middle. And 1.5 inches from each side, you're going to mark. And starting on the white felt, my back piece of felt, so whatever color felt that you have, you are going to push your needle through from the back, and it should come out at the very top of that folded piece of fabric or felt on the other side. So you're going to go from the top of the folded felt all the way down to the bottom, straight across the bottom, and then back up to where the folded piece of felt ends. And that's kind of hard to see in this picture because the folded piece of felt is on the other side. Before we add the magnets, I want you to take a chance to play. Magnets have a north and south pole, which means the north pole and the north pole do not stick together. It's north pole to south pole, and that's just because of the way the electrons run in a magnet. So I'm going to play a video so you can see. This one is very quick. The magnets stick together quickly, and that is because on the bottom of the top magnet is either a north or south pole, and then the magnet that was on the table is the opposite. So the opposites attract here. Now in this next video, you can see the magnet is trying to get away from the magnet in my hand, and that is because the same poles are facing the same way, which is causing it to move across the table instead of attract. After you find the north and south poles of your magnets, we are going to add the magnets into our felt pocket. So sliding them down from the top, you're going to add 3 magnets for your bottom row of the tic-tac-toe board. To make sure the magnets are facing the correct way, you're going to use a 4th magnet, one extra magnet that you have, and make sure it attracts to each of the magnets that you put in and it doesn't force it away. You want a top magnet to be able to attract to each one, making sure each magnet is the same way inside the felt. Using a straight stitch, you're going to stitch straight across 2 inches above the bottom, running horizontal to our bottom stitch to hold the 3 magnets in place. Make sure at this time you're only going through the top 2 layers of felt and not the 3rd layer. So this is important to keep our pocket open for our extra magnets when we're on the go. So to start this stitch, you're actually going to reach inside your pocket that you made between your folded felt and your back felt, and make sure that knot is in between the two pieces of felt so you don't see it. And then you're going to go ahead and stitch straight across from our 1.5 inch mark seam that we've already stitched all the way to the other side, which is 1.5 inches from the other side. And you can kind of see it a little bit better here. So you're going to continue until you have your 9 magnets in your square, and you're going to stitch across, and then again stitch across at the top, leaving a pocket. So you're only going through those top 2 layers of felt, not your bottom felt. So in this case, it's my top 2 layers are both pink because it's folded in half, and my white layer is on the bottom. So I am not going through the white felt at this time. And while you're doing this, you're going to check to make sure your magnets are all the same way by using an extra magnet and making sure each one is attractable to the magnet that you have in your hand. After you have it all stitched, you can add your top magnets. You're going to mark 5 of those magnets with X's and 5 with O's, but this is where you can get creative. You can add maybe a different color pom-pom, so a blue pom-pom to 5 of them, and maybe a yellow or orange pom-pom to the other 5. So you can make your 2 teams of 5s on your magnets for your X's and O's. And this is coming to the final steps. We're going to add that 20th magnet that you have to our center square right on top. And this is going to help you measure, and it's also going to make sure you have your magnet in the correct direction. Place a dab of super glue to the top of that magnet after you already have it set on your center square. And then fold down the white fabric so it's nice and tight along the folded piece of felt that we have, creating a pocket. And you can see here in the bottom picture, I'm taking my fingers and pressing down around that magnet to make sure the glue sticks to that white felt. Then when you open it, you should have your magnet on the top piece of felt, and we're going to fold over the extra white piece of fabric that I have on top down. And you can see in the bottom right, this is your choice. You can either stitch along the sides of the magnet and all the way across the bottom to hold that glue, top felt down, or you can glue it, whatever way that you want. But if you use glue, make sure you have enough so that magnet does not move. So that will help us close our bag, and then you can use the inside of the bag for your extra magnets, your X's and O's. I hope this made sense. I hope that you had fun. Our phone number and email address is on the first slide if you need to go back. I'm happy to answer any questions at any time.